friends, welcome to the channel. Thanks for clicking on it. Mike here. Glad I could visit with you today. And let me just do a disclaimer right up front about my construction, both my capabilities and my safety. Don't do what I do. It's better to use all the clothing and steel toes and gloves and all that stuff and be safe. It's almost 90 degrees out here right now. It's supposed to be 100 today, and my heat tolerance is not very good. That's why I'm already really sweaty. But anyway, so disclaimer there, I'm also not a contractor, construction guy, or anything else. This is a primitive bridge in the kind of the back part of our property that goes over the spring that I've been talking about on the channel forever about doing, and kind of have been setting stuff aside. The cedar logs that are down here that I use, that you'll see me winch in later in the video, if that interests you, were logs that I found out up on the hill, and a bunch of blackberries have probably been down for several years, and they're kind of soft on the outside, but they were still structurally sound enough to use for this project. I don't know that they would have been worth doing much else for. They're not great firewood. They would have been good kindling. But they'll also last for a primitive bridge here probably for several years, and so that's why I decided to do it. The planks that I'm using were milled by a local neighbor that has his own mill. They're cedar, and they're kind of different sizes and different thicknesses. And this is not designed to be necessarily pretty. It's more of a primitive design. Anyway, you can kind of see it behind me, and in true form, I'm bringing you past what the video's about, because I actually winched these logs down, and that's what I got primarily most of the footage, and my allergies too, most of the footage of. So if winching on the Kioti tractor with my Badlands Harbor Freight winch interests you, it actually went pretty well. I was by myself, so I had to keep moving my snatch block to different locations to get the right angle to get the logs down here. But now, as you can see, I'm taking these planks and basically just making them fit kind of sort of okay, fairly flat. And this is an area that I put a whole bunch of rocks in, and then I put in a culvert and then more rocks, and so I've been slowly building it up. Ultimately, there'll be a trail that goes all the way through from the house all the way to the top of the hill. That's part of what this bridge incorporates. Early on in the channel, this is a spot there I took a face plant while I was talking on camera. So hopefully that won't happen again. But anyway, so that's what the bridge is about. That's what the video is about. And that's what we're up to today. So I appreciate you checking it out. Appreciate you stopping by. I know there's a lot of heat waves going on across the country, so I hope you're staying cool and enjoying yourself and hanging out with your family. And have any questions, comments, besides I should be more safe, which I know I should be, but like I said, you have to weigh those things with your heat tolerance levels. So there you go. Thanks again, and hope you enjoy the video, and we will talk to you soon. So you probably figured out what I'm trying to do. We'll see how it goes. My plan is I have several old cedar logs that I want to draw across this ravine that I filled with rocks and a culvert, and ultimately finish building a bridge. This big log I'm going to try to put in place just in front of the culvert so that I can pile more rocks against it, because the rocks I'm putting in now are just falling in to the stream. This is the spring that feeds the pond that's over there. Of course, it's all overgrown at the moment, but baby steps, right? So here we go. All right, let's try that. What I'm trying to do is get an upward pull on this log, and that may not be near enough, but I'm gonna try it. Part of the problem is this brush is here, but I'm gonna see if I can't get at least some upward pull on that log. See what we're doing here. Looks like it's pulling it into the bank, so I'm gonna have to find another way to pull up on that. But to see, maybe it's a matter of positioning on a different tree or what, I'm not sure yet. All right, so I repositioned the strap right on the end of the log. We'll see if we can get it to go up now. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. Looks like it's kind of working. All right, enough tension there. Now I need to try to pull it towards the culvert. This is hard to film and do by myself, but here we go. I'm gonna reposition and try to get the log over towards the culvert, and then I'll be able to build rock up against it. All right, so what I've done here is repositioned on a smaller tree. I don't know if it's gonna work, we're gonna see. Got it tightened up, got my snatch block in place. Trying to do an angle here just to pull this log a little bit towards the culvert and get it in position. It's actually not in a bad spot, but my allergies kill me. But I need to get it closer in here. So we're gonna hide behind this tree, see if we can get something going on. Just need to roll it towards the culvert a little bit more. Something like that, I think, is what I'm going for. Maybe just a hair more. Yeah, and I can block that in place and keep working on the rest of what I need to do. Didn't have the Kioti running on that last run, so hopefully my battery's not gonna make me pay. All right, so we're gonna try this with the remaining cedar logs I have lined up here to be my bridge. See, I refastened on a big cedar here, so see how this goes. I'm actually okay if it takes another one with it, because the idea is to bring all those down. And I know my friends are going to say, why don't you have a hood or something to deal with that sliding along, but these things are actually fairly light, and just trying to get them down to the bridge area. That one's just about as far as it's going to go. I can almost move them by hand, but not quite. Yeah. Looks like it's kind of working. I apologize for the filming angles, but my battery's almost dead on my phone, so that's why it goes. So I'm gonna have to do some dressing up with a chainsaw, and then I have some cross members I'm thinking about putting on. But I'm kind of headed the right direction for what I was doing for basically a free bridge across the spring. Getting real close to having it almost done. I mean, not done, but you know what I mean. Like it's forming a bridge of sorts. So thanks for checking it out.